Ripple's new stablecoin, RLUSD, goes live. What does this mean for the stablecoin market, and what does it mean for XRP? And we have Bloomberg Analysts saying that the XRP, Solana, and HBAR ETFs will be approved in 2025. I'll give you the details. And Caroline Crenshaw, the anti-crypto SEC commissioner, will not be renominated. This is a huge win for the crypto industry. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, as you all may know, Bitcoin touched $107,000. It has since pulled back to about $105,426 at the time of recording. So we're seeing a lot of chop, and something you should know about. Tomorrow, we have the FOMC meeting where we're going to hear from Jerome Powell, and if the Fed is going to continue to cut rates. The market is anticipating a 25 basis points cut. So that's good, of course, as we continue to head towards the easy money cycle and capital becomes cheaper. Now, as I've told you guys a million times, any week there's an FOMC meeting or any type of major update from the Fed, you're going to see tons of volatility. So you can't judge the markets based on this week. Like I've often said, you kind of have to wait for the week to be over and judge it at the week following, because there's so much volatility. The markets are going to swing in different ways. And we've seen that there's usually fake outs. So, the market makers and different people are playing the market shorting, going long. So you really have to let the dust settle in order to make some sort of decision. But Bitcoin continues to look bullish. And I think we're going to have a breakout as we continue to get closer to Christmas. And there's usually what's called the Santa Claus rally. Even though that's a narrative, we know that what's moving the price is the demand and a lot of buying of the ETFs. Obviously, global liquidity and all these things are factoring in. So, guys, are we near the top? I want to share some indicators that will tell us if that's the case, like the Pi cycle top indicator. We are seeing the 111-day moving average start to curve upwards. That's the orange line. And the green is, of course, the 350-day moving average. And when these start to get close to each other and hitting, that's usually a signal that the top is in. So right now, we're not anywhere close, but could 3 months from now, January, February, March, into maybe early Q2, this thing start to move closer? Yeah, right. So we got to pay attention, watch what's happening here. It's a signal that flagged in the past bull markets. It played out to a T. Obviously, I'm looking at different metrics. This is just one of the leading indicators that I pay attention to very closely. Some other things we should take into consideration, and this data is coming from our partner Sentiment. Bitcoin whales with wallets of 10 or more Bitcoin continue to accumulate. So that's a good sign. They're not dumping, all right? They're not slowing down at all because they see further upside. Also, the Bitcoin supply in exchanges continues to go down to record levels. That's a very good sign. When the coins start moving back on the exchanges, that's a bad sign. That means these whales are starting to take profit. So I will keep you guys up to date with all this information. And obviously there's other metrics and signals I'm looking at, but I don't want to spend the entire podcast talking about that because it's a lot. But I will start to share more and more as we're getting near the top to make sure our thesis is correct. We're looking at different data points and we are executing our plans to take profits at near the all-time high, because no one can call the exact all-time high, but we want to get as much profits as possible. So guys, big news today. We got Ripple's RLUSD Stablecoin going live. They announced it today saying it is live on global exchanges. They tweeted out an enterprise-grade stablecoin built for everyone. RLUSD combines fiat stability with blockchain efficiency, offering instant global payments 24/7, seamless on and off ramps, access value in real-world assets. So this is really big for Ripple, even the XRP Ledger. I know some people are going to say, hey, why isn't the price of XRP pumping? Well, positive news doesn't equate automatically to price pumping because it depends where we're at in the cycle, both from a micro and a macro perspective. Now, is this going to be baked in eventually into the price as we continue the bull market? Yes. And you may say, well, this is not using XRP directly. How does it benefit XRP? Well, I've talked about this before, and that is Metcalfe's law, network effects. This applies to all blockchain networks. The more participants, the more activity, the more stakeholders participating on a blockchain network, the more valuable it becomes. And of course, the more valuable its native token becomes. So the XRP token will benefit from the ledger becoming more stronger, more developer activity, more transactions. The same thing applies to Ethereum, Solana, and so on and so forth. So this is good news both for Ripple and XRP, and as well as the stablecoin market. You have another regulated player in here, and Ripple already has a big pipeline and network where they can push this stablecoin to their different folks. So what we want to monitor, I think, over the next 6 to 8 months is the number of transactions, the issuance of the stablecoins, the amount of money. I often share with you guys stablecoin liquidity with USDT and USDC. So we want to see how much liquidity is coming into RLUSD and what's being minted and so on and so forth. So really great news. And the price of XRP did have a small rally. We're currently at $2.56, but nothing significant, nothing to call home about. That's because we are in a very volatile week with the FOMC meeting. The market moves a Bitcoin. I've said it a million times. People, when they see their one coin like XRP pumping, oh yeah, XRP leads the market. No, it doesn't. Let's stick to facts, not emotions, not conspiracy theories, not fairy tales. Let's look at the data. I've often shared with you guys, liquidity comes through Bitcoin, then it trickles down to the altcoins. And yes, do some altcoins get liquidity directly? Yes, we saw that with Solana. It was a leader in the bull market starting in early 2023. So, but the majority of the altcoins, they need Bitcoin to do well. And I don't make the rules. I'm not saying I want it that way, but that is how it is. So we have to accept reality and use facts to form a valid investment thesis. So this is really big, guys. And of course, there's a lot of exchange partners that Ripple's working with. And one of them being our sponsor, which is Uphold. I think that's the primary exchange they're going to use. Uphold is a platform I've been using since 2018. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and all the top altcoins. I've never had a problem with this platform. They're reliable, they're trusted, they don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds. They're 100% reserved. And they recently launched what's called Uphold Rewards, where you can earn up to 5.25% on stablecoins. And it doesn't support RLUSD yet. Right now, it supports USBC, USDC, and PYUSD. So I'm sure they will eventually add support for RLUSD, but crawl, walk, run, right? You're not going to get this day one. And I will actually be interviewing the CEO of Uphold very soon, and I'll ask him, when we can expect this. But some details as far as participating in this rewards program is you have to check in your account at least once per month, deposit at least $50 once a month, and trade at least $50 once a month to activate these rewards, guys. So really cool. And they also have a program called USD interest accounts where you can earn 4.65% on APY on your cash. So your crypto profits or your dry powder, and you can move the funds in and out. There's no lockups, there's no monthly fees, and it's FDIC insured. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, Ripple is also supporting MoonPay, KeyRock, Archax, Bitso, and they're going to continue to expand. I think the news that came out is that they're looking to add bullish Mercado Bitcoin in the coming weeks. So once again, crawl, walk, run, they're going to ramp up their efforts here. So this is really big. And in fact, this got coverage on Fox Business today. They were talking about this. Let me play the clip for you.
Ripple, a new stable coin backed by the US dollar, now available to trade. Would you use Ripple to pay for things?
It's not going to do much for retail, and it likely won't be integrated into the payment economy for some time, if ever. At first, it might be best for facilitating cross-border payments. Think institutional support, since it is a stablecoin. It has a one-to-one backing with the U.S. dollar that allows it to essentially bridge the gap between digital asset and traditional finance. It could be seen as attractive to banks and businesses involved in cross-border payments and remittances. It allows for a faster settlement time. I was talking to Eleanor Terrett. She knows everything crypto here at Fox Business. She says if you look at Ripple's advisory board, you have big wigs on there like the former FDIC chair, Sheila Bair, so they're looking to add legitimacy to it.
Mike, I just don't see cryptos as a medium of exchange. We're not going to buy and sell things with crypto.
We've talked about it for years that Bitcoin would be used that way. It hasn't as of yet. It's still managed to go up, but I don't see a world at any time soon where we're using that to buy and sell things.
So there you have it, right? Mainstream coverage. Obviously, they're a bit bearish. They're like, oh, no one's going to use this and so forth. But it's not that people have to use it tomorrow, even next year. these things do take time, and eventually stablecoins are going to be a big part of the way we do commerce. You're going to see Amazon and the likes of Google's and all these folks start integrating stablecoin payments, and that's where it's going to get interesting. Who will get the transaction volumes? RLUSD, Tether, USDC, PYUSD. So this is where the competition's good and very healthy for the market. Now, something that's interesting, and I don't put too much weight on this, but many of you know Dave Portnoy. He's, of course, the founder of Barstool Sports, and he's kind of a meme, you know, the way he acts. He goes around reviewing pizzerias, and, you know, he's been famous for buying Bitcoin at the wrong time, selling at the wrong time, and he's done it many times. Well, today in a video, he made something very revealing that he had $1.3 million of XRP in addition to Bitcoin. I say this because XRP has incredible retail visibility this cycle. It's something I think I saw back in 2017. It was kind of like this, where there wasn't the FUD. You know, obviously 2020 and 2021, XRP got cut short from the bull market because of the lawsuit against Ripple. But this time around, something's very different, and the sentiment among retail is really high, as similar to what we've seen with Dogecoin and meme coins, right? So retail is really bullish on this token, and that's all bias aside. I'm talking about data. I look at Google Trends, I look at other mainstream crypto channels and non-crypto channels where they just talk about finance. Some talk about entrepreneurship, and they're talking about XRP, and I'm like, wow, what the hell is going on? So I'm sure many of you have seen this, and it's really fascinating. And boy, if you're holding XRP, you got to be bullish because these are all very good signs. And I think XRP is going to do really well this cycle. And thank goodness for that. It is still my biggest holding. Second is Bitcoin, third is Ethereum, and I have other altcoins, of course. But very, very cool. And check this out. Eric Balchunas of Bloomberg tweeted out, "We expect a wave of cryptocurrency ETFs next year, albeit not all at once. First out is likely the Bitcoin plus ETH combo ETFs. So those are the index ETFs. Then probably Litecoin because it's a fork of Bitcoin, which equals a commodity. Then HBAR because not labeled a security. And then XRP/Solana, which have been labeled securities in pending lawsuits." So I disagree with him on the HBAR XRP Solana thing because XRP has the clarity on intrinsically that it's not a security. That is the law. And then Gensler is going to be out, and you have Paul Atkins coming in. And I can see the SEC instantly settling with Ripple, like, hey, why are we continuing with this, right? And then an XRP ETF could easily be pushed through. So I don't think HBAR would be ahead of XRP necessarily, but I could be wrong. And then I believe that the non-fraud cases with Coinbase and so forth, these things are going to be put to bed. And I don't think there's going to be any hurdles there to get these ETFs passed. But guys, 2025 is going to be bullish. But here's the thing. This is where, I'm saying it's bullish, but I'm looking to sell, right? Because we buy the lows and we sell the top. So just keep in mind when I say that, I'm not looking to hold my bags and ride through. I'm taking profits on the way up. So just want to add that note there for people who are new, who may be thinking, hey, I just bought and that means I'm going to get 100x or something. Not necessarily. This is why we got to pay attention to what Bitcoin's doing. And you have to have a profit-taking strategy. Now, guys, some very bullish news for the entire crypto industry. Eleanor Turd of Fox Business is reporting a Senate aide has just informed me that tomorrow's Senate Banking Committee scheduled markup vote on SEC Commissioner Caroline Crenshaw has been canceled. She will not be renominated to her position. Woo! What a victory. As I've been telling you guys, she's very anti-crypto. Even after the judges called the SEC arbitrary and capricious and that they should have approved the Bitcoin spot ETF, she did not vote with Gensler, along with Hester Parsons Marchiori, to approve the Bitcoin ETFs. And in fact, she issued a dissent saying she won't do that. I thought you respect the law, but clearly she's anti-crypto. Some are saying she's actually worse than Gensler. So good riddance, goodbye, kick rocks. Guys, the incoming SEC, they're all going to be pro-crypto. And we're seeing Trump is positioning different people in the Treasury. You got the crypto czar in the White House, David Saxon, Paul Atkins at the SEC, of course, and many other folks are going to be pro-crypto. So, guys, incredible stuff. It's amazing how things have turned around, and crypto is a political force. It's here to stay. You know, in hindsight, what Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler did by attacking the industry, forming the anti-crypto army, is that it rallied the crypto industry together and to fight back. And these are the results. So incredible stuff. Now, a lot of people came out against Crenshaw, and here we got some data that Stand With Crypto advocates, they flooded the Senate with 107,000 emails opposing SEC Crenshaw's renomination. So our work paid off, guys. This is really great. And speaking of David Sachs, I mentioned earlier, Senator Cynthia Lummis says 2025 will be the year for Bitcoin and digital assets. With David Sachs as crypto czar, this will be the most pro-crypto digital asset administration ever. I look forward to working closely with David Sachs to pass the comprehensive digital asset legislation and my strategic Bitcoin reserve. So folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Guys, a great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a copy for yourself. Buy a few copies for your friends and family. Give it as a gift this holiday. Help them to learn about crypto. And guys, if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.